Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ghostmutt Gaming with me, Christopher. This is Tainted Grail Conquest, a game that I've had on my wishlist for quite some time, but I don't really know why I haven't gotten it until now, but now I do. So let's have a bit of a look at this. What is Tainted Grail Conquest? Well, it is a deck building game, but like many other deck building games that I've tried, it does the thing a little bit differently. And I kind of like what this game does, because it has a slightly more expensive RPG element, which we are going to have to take a look at. That is one thing that it does, and it's also, well, you know what? I'm not going to say too much more. I'm just going to start off a new game, and we shall have a look together. First off, we get to choose our character's appearance. Very nice. We are going to be... Oh, that's not my nickname. Ghostmutt, of course. We are going to be this lovely female over here. What color should we have? Slightly darker, perhaps? That's a weird... Isn't that... That's darker than that. Why does it go... That's more ash-like. I kind of like the slightly darker skin type for this. And the hairstyle, obviously. What do I want to go for? Kind of like that one. I do tend to like these sort of simpler ones. A big braid or a side cutty one. You know what? I do like myself some side cuts. And color, super purple. No, not really. I'm gonna go. Let's go. Ooh, let's go some lighter bluish. Ooh, I kind of like that color. Yes, let's go for that. Tattoos. Do I want tattoos? Possibly. Do we have... I don't necessarily like those facial stuff. That's a little bit too much tribal for me. That's more face stuff. Don't really care about that. Okay, that works for face tattoos. That's fine. Kinda like that. That's very much in the face. Too much tribal for me as well. More face stuff. Stop it with the face. Oh, come on. There we go. I like that. That'll work. It's gonna shake. No, that's horrible. There we go. Ooh, and yeah, this looks right, all right with the side cut. Yes, very nice. Tattoo color. Tattoos are usually black, so let's go for black. And we can't do much more else than that. So that's gonna be us.
King Arthur promised us safety on these shores. Instead, we found stormy seas, rocks like shark teeth, and treacherous mists. Those few who managed to land will be set by hunger, cold, and nightmares born of weirdness. My people settled around a gnarled old statue. Though we did not understand its origin or purpose, the enemy seemed to avoid it. That was good enough. For a time. In the end, the winds of weirdness only grew stronger, and the statue failed to protect the settlement. There was fear, despair, and then nothingness, as reality melted around us.
You awake to nothingness. All you can sense is darkness. A dense mass of emptiness so total that even your thoughts disintegrate. Then you hear whistling. An eternity seems to pass before something materializes in the darkness with you. Something angry.
Damn it, you weren't supposed to land here. Damn it all to hell.
The creature pauses for a moment, clearly weighing up some options. He taps a finger against one of his horns.
Now, listen, there's a lot to do and no time to waste. What can we try?
Well, there we go. So that was a little bit of an intro to explain sort of where we are and a little bit about why. But exactly why we are where we are right now, well, that is something we're going to have to think about. So, I think that the most important question right now is, what is happening?
Perfect. You can speak, and yes, these are really great questions. No easy answers, though. Sorry to disappoint. Now, listen closely. Are you ready? Brace yourself, because what I'm going to tell you is rather important. You're gone. Your village is gone. Everything you've ever known is gone. Yes, everything and everyone, including your very own self, as I mentioned already. However,
The creature taps two hooves together, marking a dramatic pause.
there is a small chance, an infinitesimally tiny chance, really, to bring it all back. You were saved from death in order to keep your reality from falling apart. But, well, it's not going to be easy. First, we must ensure that you're in good enough condition to actually do anything. Which brings us to the problematic part. Your body.
You squint down at your feet and hands in the darkness. They seem perfectly fine.
Oh no. Oh, goodness me, no. That's just an illusion. I had to get you here somehow, didn't I? Otherwise you'd start talking about the afterlife and whatnot. And this, my friend, is not an afterlife. This is a total mess. But let's see what we can do. Here, this little trick should get us started at least.
And there we go, straight into character selection. And at the beginning of the game, we actually only have access to the Wyrd Hunter. We are going to be able to unlock the Apostate, the Sentinel, Zealot, Pathfinder, Berserker, Blood Mage, Summoner, and Necromancer. But in the beginning, we are going to be the Wyrd Hunter, and the Wyrd Hunter is your basic bread and butter, cookie cutter, whatever you want to call it. It's standard attacks, it's standard blocks, it's what we've seen in many other games. And with a little bit of a zoom in, so to speak, we can get the proper information. We have a base HP of 100, our damage is between 8 and 12. We have an ultimate ability, which we are going to get into. We charge that by hitting people. As it says right here, they charge the ultimate ability by landing hits on enemies. And it does damage to, it does say to an enemy, but I think in my experience, it does it to all enemies. I'm a little bit unsure on that one. We also have a passive skill from the very beginning, which is that we leave a hunter's mark for every hit that we land, and if an enemy has 4 hunter's marks, they are vulnerable. So that is something to keep in mind when you choose your abilities.
Well, it seems your soul isn't strong enough to be picky about its vessel yet. Don't worry, you'll grow. Now, we need to see whether my little trick actually worked.
The goat weaves his fingers in an intricate series of gestures. With a final flourish, he conjures a terrifying creature into the emptiness.
Aha, here we go. This is a powerful Avalonian warlock. But don't worry, he's not really here. Not in the truest sense. Your goal here is simple. Fight. Show me that you've got what it takes.
And here we are in the battle. Now, this looks on first glance like a true RPG, like we have proper 3D graphics and everything, but it is also very much a straight up card or other deck building game. A little bit of an interesting touch, I think, with the whole 3D thing. It's it's full 3D. It's kind of cool. So we are now facing the 4 Dweller. I am not going to show you this entire battle because it's really just a tutorial battle, but I'm going to show you sort of the basics here, and then we will move on to the proper game. So what he's going to be doing, we see it as we are used to by now. Enemies intends to use a normal attack. They're going to do 10 damage to me. Now, the thing that works a little bit different in this game is that a block is a block. So it doesn't matter what damage the enemy does. If I throw up a block, I'm good to go. There's no value or anything like that. There are barriers, they are a value, but a block is a block. And for now, I can just do more attacks. I do have a stun as well, if I want to do that. Good if you notice your enemy doing some buffing or something like that. Now, this class has a couple of attacks. The regular attack, 8 to 12, that is what we saw in the little information screen. We also have an overhead swing. Deals less damage, but we are lowering the armor of our opponent. So that's a good thing to start with, as we can only attack with 2 attacks. So with less damage, they are going to be taking, I presume, more damage. I'm not entirely sure, actually, but I think they do. And as you can see now, they have 2 Hunter's Marks. We have 3 energy, I should have said that. We have 3 energy, the little number over here, or rather action points. Well, okay, we have energy, and this one takes 1 energy, will also energy, or action points, I suppose. Down at the bottom here, that is where we see our little ultimate ability. We see that right now we have 2 out of 20, so right now it would only deal 1 damage, or 1, 2, 2 for 1 hit. So let's just keep going to the next turn. There's the block. Now he's gonna do 2 attacks, and sadly we haven't gotten 2 blocks or a stun, so we're only going to be able to block 1 of those. He is going to deal 10 damage. Now what I get also is small strikes. 3 rapid hits, and it's for random enemies. On this occasion we obviously only have the 1 enemy. So let's do 1 of those. He is now vulnerable, and we can do... That's the minimum of 24, max of 39, so that is obviously the better choice right here. So dealt a bit of damage. He's going to do 2 attacks, and I'm going to block 1 but take 1 damage. And we're going to unlock some more cards, I believe, during the tutorial. But when we get into the proper game, you're going to see them. So basically this is what we're doing, and he's actually... Does say that he has 2 invulnerability. Don't exactly know how that works, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just gonna sort of finish off this little fight, and we shall meet each other afterwards.
Well, colour me impressed. I didn't expect that. Have you been here before and I just didn't recognise you? Anyway, after that performance, I'll assume you don't need any more direction. So, I'll send you to your destination. Your main objective for now will be to push forwards, survive, kill the 4 Guardians. Then we'll talk.
And there we go. I did actually manage to beat it. I didn't the first time I tried this, but on this occasion it was almost a little bit easy. So before we go, you know, what actually happened to my world?
Listen, it's been 4 years since humans landed on these shores. 4 years of strife, fear and hunger. At least that's what you tell yourselves. And 4 years of war you were destined to lose, because even the mightiest human wizards are no match for the Avalonians.
Seeing your expression, it makes an impatient grimace, stepping from one foot to the other.
The war you brought here? Well, it wasn't exactly going in your favour. But then that wizard, Merlin? Well, he had an idea. Your king, Arthur, he had another brilliant idea. Both stubborn mules, both playing with powers they didn't understand and were never meant to understand. And so we're here, in this corrupted reality, strung together with the last strand of somebody's goodwill.
So yes, the sort of baseline story here is of the Arthurian legend. So we have Arthur, we have Merlin, etc, etc, but obviously in an alternate universe. I mean, apart from the alternate universe where they existed in from the very beginning, I suppose. Anyway, that's cool. Let's get started. And here we are. This is the statue. But I don't know if this is the statue that we're talking about, but it's a similar statue at the very least. And this is our little village. We can actually, you know, walk around. We can look around. It's turning into a point-and-click game. But right now, this is very, very empty indeed. There's a lost soul right here.
Where your hometown once was, a lone man sits among the remains. He doesn't notice you. Only when you walk right up to him, he turns his blank stare toward you.
It's not my farmhold, is it? I'm from up north, the land of fog. I don't know what happened.
At least that's one thing you have in common.
A creature that looked like a goat told me I'd wake up in a strange place, and that I'd find someone in need of my help there.
The man looks at you for a moment.
I've already made some preparations and settled in one of the tents here. I can't offer you much at the moment, though. This place is different. But you? I've seen an enormous creature out there. A golem of stone. The evil energy it emits is beyond anything I've ever felt. I'd say getting rid of that beast would be a good start.
Aha, we get a new quest, lovely. So he is gonna be, if we walk over here, he's gonna sit around over here in by the fire, lovely. And yeah, this little town is very empty right now. None of these houses have anyone in them, and that is one of the things that we are gonna be doing. And I will say, with this character, I have not been able to beat this boss, so that's something to keep in mind. But we are gonna move out into the forest, and all of a sudden, oh, we have a little bit of a thing.
Caught you before you went out, all on your lonesome. Our mutual friend already told you to slay the stone golem. Perfect. The golem is just a start, though. Even if you do manage to kill it, the further you go, the more dangerous the road will become. And since we're talking roads, you're walking within the weirdness now, and it's dangerous. Take these candles, light them up, and try not to let this damned fog close around you. Got it? Oh, and before you face the golem, look around the area. There's a blacksmith nearby who might be willing to join your village. Finding people like him will be crucial for your survival. Each one will be helpful in a different way. And with that, I'm out.
Cool. So yes, indeed, we got a quest for more villagers. That is what we need in order to fill up the stuff. And yes, indeed, we got Wyrd candles, or weird candles. And we can light them over here. Does that mean that I have 8 of them? Is that so? This is our character panel, by the way. We don't really have a whole lot of stuff right now, but we are going to get to that. Yeah, I do have 8 Wyrd candles, well, that's nice. Also have 2 healing potions, very nice to have. We might be picking up some rune stones, which we can apply to either our weapon or our armor. We can see our quests right now. Slayer is for the golem. And villagers right now for the blacksmith. And we can also have a bit of a look at our deck. Now actually, I thought we opened up more in the... Oh right, yes. This is one that we didn't see during my little introductory fight there. So broad reach, next hit does 100% damage. That is very useful. If you haven't picked up any other cards, it's very useful with your ultimate. Because obviously dealing 100% damage on the ultimate, very, very good. All of the others you've already seen, I believe. Yes, you've seen all of those. So yeah, the weird candles, or weird candles, I suppose. You light them, rather, if you don't light them, you are gonna get bad cards that you draw. And if you don't play the cards, rather, if you do play the cards, you will get a negative effect. If you don't play them, you will get another negative effect. So it is a good idea to light these. Now, you also don't want to light too many of them, because we are going to be doing runs until my health drops to 0. And these don't replenish during that entire run. They only replenish if I actually, manage to either buy some, or I get some from somewhere, so don't spend them too much. And we're gonna do the very first simplest fight. We absolutely don't need any of that for that fight, so we are cool for now. But as you can see, now it actually resembles, let's say, Slay the Spire in a way. We have different paths to go. But this game does it very, very differently, because we don't choose a path and then we're stuck on that path. No. I can go kill this enemy over here, which is that one. After that, I can just go back and go over here. I can clear this entire map before I go back to the village. If I want to, I can not do so, I think. I'm not even sure if I can go back, actually, before I've killed the giant, who, by the way, is all the way over there. So, yeah. It's a little bit different. So let's start with our first fight over here. This is going to be, I think, a singular enemy, if I'm not incorrect. Yes, indeed. And this is, as I said, a very basic enemy. He's going to do some damage. Let's block that. And let's start working on the invulnerabilities. Now, I don't know if... Does the hunter mark stay? Yes, they do. Perfect. And now I picked up my first bad card here. So I can play it for 2 energy and increase the damage of my enemies. I could do that and just go for a block, or I can ignore it and lose 2 energy for the next turn. Now, what would be... I think I'm just going to ignore the card and take the less or fewer energy next turn. So let's just block this, do a... that's the next hit, and these don't do much hits, so let's just do small strikes to get the vulnerability going, and some more over there. I'm already up to 8 on my ultimate, so that's cool. I do get 1 less energy next turn. He doesn't deal any damage. Sadly, he's gonna do 2 attacks. Can I finish him off? How much damage does this do? Yes, I can. So there we go. We get our ultimate, and that's him dead. We get wealth, and we get Wyrd stones. So Wyrd stones, I haven't gotten to what we need them for. I don't know I've even done that. That's a little bit weird. But we have leveled up. We get to pick a new card. We can duplicate the next card played. Huh. That's interesting. We can retaliate with 1 hit, dealing 200% damage received from the next hit. Not terrible. It's also free. But obviously that means that we are going to take damage. So, I mean, sometimes you do take damage, like you cannot avoid it. So, thing to keep in mind. Piercing Strike, reduce the enemy's armor by 50 and damage by 10% for the next 5 turns. I'm actually going to go for double edge. I think that sounds good. We also get to pick a passive skill. So, every second hit in a turn is blocked. Now that is extremely useful. That is a really good skill. We also have first attack type cards played in each combat cost 0 energy, also very good. And duplicate the 5th attack type card played. Oh, I'm gonna have to keep track of that if that's the case. So basically more damage, but this is only each combat. Now that is every hit in a turn. So yeah, obviously if I take 4 hits, it would still only be 1 block. But no, I'm gonna take that one. That seems amazing, because we are gonna get into fights where we face off with more enemies. And as I said, now I can just go back, because I think that this guy over here is also largely alone, isn't he? I should be able to hover over. No, not on this occasion. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's get in. I think he's alone. Yes, he is. So he's a little bit of a different enemy, obviously. Can't really remember exactly what it is, but he's looking very, very evil, doesn't he? He has some extra arms with many, many swords. So you're doing 1 damage. I get Tainted Force, barrier on all enemies. Not so good, but I would lose my HP if I don't play it. That's a bit annoying, though. I'm just gonna play this and also block myself. So I'm gonna have to deal a little bit more damage, but I hopefully will be fine. And on this occasion, he's gonna do 2 attacks, only 5 and 6. Only 5 and 6. I'll block. I wonder if does the ability that I just picked up, which yeah, here we go. Every second hit. Does that hit have to do damage? Because if I block his first attack, does the second one get blocked by that ability? Let's have a bit of a look. So we cleared this barrier at least, so that's fine. Let's see what happens. So he attack? No, it is not. Now I know that. Okay, he's now going to do 3 attacks. So this occasion, I'm just going to stun him. That feels like a good idea. I'm just going to keep piling on the vulnerabilities. You're not going to attack me, so that's okay. Let's just go for the next one. He's now back to doing 1 attack. So let's do a block. Let's do... Now the vulnerability got... Yeah, because I didn't go 1 more mark, I suppose. Let's... try some overhead swings to lower his armor. I'm gonna block his attack. Is that his thing then? 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attacks. That could be it. What did I get now? Next hit does less damage. I'm gonna take damage myself. If I don't, I'm gonna lose armor. I don't care about that. That's actually not a problem. So let's just do some fast attacks. Can I actually just flat out kill him? Yes, I can. It's fine. I'm worrying too much about the very easiest enemies that we are facing in the beginning here, I realize. So we've done that one. Let's see if we can find a little bit of a different style. There's a person here as well. We are going for... because we need the blacksmith. Where could the blacksmith be? Never mind, let's go for this guy, whoever it is. So it's going to be some few more enemies now. We have these, and these are special, obviously. So for example, a sleeper. You wake up after absorbing blood of a fallen ally, so if I avoid attacking you, you're not going to do anything. You only heal, while you are doing some attacking on everybody, which is a fun ability that some enemies do have. They're going to attack every single one and also do a bit of a buff. I think... primarily I want to take you out. I do realize that that one is healing, but it's not that much. So, let's pull up a block, because obviously that is the negative side of that ability, I just realized. Could I actually... I mean, here's the thing, I could just kill this one. And I wouldn't have to worry, possibly? I'm gonna attack you. Start lowering your armor a little bit. So you heal up a little bit. I block the damage. You keep your stuff, or you keep with that. Could do the double edge right now. It doesn't matter. This doesn't get like expended or anything. I can pick it up again, so it's just a free thing. So yeah, the small strikes right now, difficult to use, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. Okay, you took 2 now. But I'm actually just going to go for this one. Make you vulnerable and then deal a big damage. I'm going to take... oh, I didn't even look at that, but should have played that, I think. That made me lose what? Damage. Okay, fine. I'm okay with that. I'm just going to block this and I'm gonna stun you. I'm just not going to do anything. So that's fine. Block that. And you are actually growing. Are you growing a little bit? Oh, you are an abomination. That might be your thing, possibly. I'm not really sure. Let us actually do what? Can I retaliate again? So, you know, just do that. I can do... just do a broad reach and see if I can't attack this one. Yes, I can. Now you woke up. And I can only block one thing. That's a bit of a shame. Well, there we go. That's at least worked on that occasion. So only took 1 damage. Now I don't have any fast ones, so we are gonna block 1 just to be safe, because I'm not gonna be able to kill him on this occasion. I could have actually done that, and he would have. No, actually he didn't die. Well, there you go. Well, we lost a little bit of health, but not terribly much. So, some wealth and word stones, so we get more cards. Prediction of evil, reduce damage dealt by all enemies. Not bad. That is a quick attack, deal 1 hit for 100 damage and draw a card. Not bad. 50 armor for 2 turns, or if I upgrade it. How do I upgrade? I don't know. Cards that grow permanently more powerful when used under certain conditions. If used when under 25% of max HP, increase the card's duration by 1 turn. So does that like just keep building up then? But I don't want to be under 25% of max HP. I'm going to go for a quick attack. Let's get some more attacks. One thing that is to be said about this game, it's damn difficult to remove cards. It doesn't come often, so you do have to think a little bit about how many cards you pick up. But we can talk to this guy. Who are you?
An elderly archer sitting near a small fire. He tends the flames with care and tenderness.
Oh, a visitor. I haven't seen a friendly human face for a long time. It's getting lonely out here.
You also have a very strange accent.
Beautiful, isn't it?
What is that accent exactly? Well, who are you then?
The question shouldn't be who I am, my friend. The question should be who I was. Because right now, I'd say I'm pretty much nobody.
Well, sort of like that for everybody, I suppose. What do you do here?
Not much. I tend to the fire and watch over this place. Since I failed to fulfill my task, I need to sit here and watch the fire. I don't want to, but I have to. I'm certain something terrible will happen if I stop.
Well, what about you come to my village and tend the fire over there then? So what do you mean by your task?
Well, that's definitely a story for another time. But I do appreciate you asking.
You do increase my trust a little bit. So this is one of the characters that we are going to be meeting. And increasing trust is possibly good for something. I haven't played the game that much to know exactly what trust means, but it probably has to do with what they can do or what they want to do for you once they are in your village. So let's sit by the fire with them.
As you sit by the archer, you notice that this fire doesn't behave like a regular fire. It has the power to push weirdness away, just like a menhir or a weird candle. Moreover, you suddenly notice that the man's legs are rooted into the ground with blue veins. The veins stretch from his feet into the fire pit. You form a question in your mind, but when you look into the man's eyes, you realize there's no point in asking it. His gaze is absent, and his movements are barely noticeable. You decide to leave it for another time, and turn your eyes towards the fire. The flames flicker with a weird, magical rhythm.
And now I get to do something. So I could, if I wanted to, lose HP. And that is one of the ways that you can lose a card. But losing health for it, oh, that's problematic. I could also gain a level, or I can gain a random legendary card. Well, and also, well, I do get 700 XP, that is for the level. So do I want to do this? And I think I do. I think I want to get a level, because levels are good. So I lost a bit of health there, very sad, but I do get another level. So, meditation. Next turn, I'll deal damage. A little bit situational, I have to say. Skullcracker, 3 energy, or action points. 1 hit for 550 damage. Imagine having those two together. And it's also cleave. Now, of course, this is a extremely good card. We're probably having that. Discard your hand and deal 0 hits for 75 damage, and the hit is for how many cards I've discarded. Could potentially be useful as well. But I kind of like Skullcracker. Let's go for Skullcracker. Thank you. So, first hit in combat deals 200% more damage. Also interesting. We kill an enemy, draw 2 cards, and its cost reduced by... with its card reduced by 1. That's kind of useful as well. Or armor. I kind of like the heavy opening. Because if I can get that card that I just picked up, Skullcracker... that's some insane damage, but we'll see. So first attack, make sure that it's a big attack. So that's you done. Let's loop around the back here. There is... what is that thing? There's a tiny little... or just hunched over, possibly. Yeah, it's another character, though, so we are absolutely gonna go in here. I did get... oh, this is gonna be fun. Heavy opening. First hit in combat deals 200% more damage. Skullcracker. 1 hit for 132 to 198 with cleave. So, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Don't exactly know why. Oh, right, because the cleave does less damage. That is true. And since it's just free, let's just do that one. And there's no point in doing anything else. So you're going to heal a little bit, and I'm going to deal some damage. You are now going to debuff me, which is a little bit annoying. So what do? We start trying to make you vulnerable, but it is this is the point. If I make him vulnerable now, he's actually going to lose the vulnerability. So I don't want to do that. I could do you. So that's actually good. Yeah, so I'm going to see how this works. Does this work like I think it does? If I do one attack on you, So now you have the vulnerable. It's only duration 1, which means it's going to go away at the end of my turn. But if I do this, now you also have a hunter mark. And I think that the vulnerability still goes away. So let's see what it does. Yeah, the vulnerability goes away. Okay, fair enough. So I have now been debuffed. I don't know exactly what happened. Oh, right, I got this. Disturbance. Your deck has been affected with obsolete cards. Play this card to get rid of it. I am okay, because I have a lot of cards. You also got Tainted Force. Increases damage of all enemies by 50 for 2 turns. If not played, lose energy. If I play it, can I kill him? I don't think I can, you know. So that's annoying. Let's do a quick attack. Do that, because if I can just kill him, it doesn't matter how much I have next turn. I can just flat out stun him now. Okay, fine, I'll just do that, and I'll just do a regular attack. And then without the energy, I think I still might be okay. Luckily, I didn't get the Skullcracker card. Let's do the small stuff. Sadly, you are... Well, actually, you know what? The ability. Let's use that on him. Come on. There we go. He should be dead. Beautiful. And this guy only heals, so, you know, he's not going to be able to do all that much. Oh, I should have used Skullcracker, but he's dead anyway, so that's all good and well. So, who did we find back of you, then? Who are you?
The sound of clattering rocks disturbs the ubiquitous silence. Approaching the end of a path, you come upon a child playing with some oddly shaped stones.
I'm Futhark. I'm waiting here for my mother. She's been gone for a while now.
You also have a
Maybe she's
very
going to
weird
leave
accent.
soon. I have a lot of these stones, and while I wait, I play. Do you want some stones so you can play while you wait too?
Uh-huh. Ooh, I can get rune stones now. That's cool. So, a specific common or random rare. No, let's take a random rare. Might be really good. A cracked Gaifu. I don't know if that's a good or not. Are you a character that we get? Well, you had you definitely had a icon for your name, so that's cool. Right, let's get into runestones. What did I pick up? And the way that these work, by the way, they function in both slots, but they have different effects whether they are in weapon or armor. So if a weapon slot, if you played 3 or less cards in a turn, deal 1 hit for 15 to a random enemy. Interesting. And if you played 5 or more cards, gain a barrier. I rarely play that many cards on this character. I can also just switch these at any point. So let's start with... Was it 3 or fewer, or was it fewer than 3? No, 3 or less. 3 is generally what I do. Now let's go... nothing I can do there. No, let's go kill this pig here. This horrible, very angry pig. Let's see if we can do that. He also has a infected human. I don't see exactly how much of that is human anymore. That is horrifying. That is horrifying. So what are we getting? We are getting damage, and we are doing a special attack in 2 turns. Sadly, I've gotten some Tainted Force. I will lose armor for 2 turns if I play it, or otherwise I will lose damage. Now 1 turn with less damage, that's fine. So I'm just going to block that, and I'm going to go on the attack on you, lower armor, deal regular damage, and I'm going to say that that's fine. You try to deal damage. Oh, right, and I did that little stone thingamajig. Now, question is, can I interrupt this by stunning you? I'm not entirely sure I can. Let's see what I can do. I can retaliate or block. Now, I don't want to lose more health, necessarily. So I'm just going to block. I'm going to do a quick attack. Yeah, not doing a lot of damage. Of course, I pick up Skullcracker now. Perfect. How many cards have I played? 2 cards. Yes, good. So, yeah, that's like nothing. Let's play this one, because this carries over, if I'm not incorrect. It did not carry over. I thought it was actually carry over. Sort of vaguely remember that it did. So you're now doing an attack. I'm going to block 1 of them. Sadly, I am going to take, but you're going to deal damage to you as well. So what can I do about that? Do I want to reduce armor even more? No, I'm just gonna go regular attacks on you. Let's kill you first. So there we go. One more attack because of the thingamajig. And you split into flesh-eating maggots. Oh, perfect. That seems lovely. I did pick up Skullcracker, however, and cannot buff it anyway. So let's just deal it on you. I shouldn't have done that, should I? I didn't even realize you had, like, no health left. Oh well, I'm gonna deal some extra damage. I'm gonna retaliate on one and block on one, so that's cool. Barrier on all enemies or lose HP. Again, that's... I'm running low already. I do have a health potions, by the way, so that's fine. I could also start using some candles, I suppose. So what do we have? If I'm gonna lose... If I don't play, I lose. That's so annoying. Okay, you know what? Screw it. No, I can. Let's hope that I get 2 hits on you. I did. Perfect. Quick attack on you, and then attack on you. And there we go. So I solved that in a much better fashion. Lovely, lovely. So back outside, and what is this little cottage thing then?
You
A
noticed
ruined
the
home.
ruins of a home that was burned down. There's no telling whether it was destroyed during the war, set alight out of spite, or simply burned down due to an unfortunate accident.
That's a little bit much of a description just for it's a burned down house. Look for valuables. Okay, door on my
You
left.
find nothing, and the house changes again.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, there's a hole in the wall. Let's, of course, look in the hole in the wall.
You find nothing, and the house changes again.
Well, come on. There must be something. A hole in the floor, then.
You find nothing,
Oh, come on.
and the house changes again.
Oh, come on. There must be something. Door on the right, then. There we go. 100 coins. 100 wealth, as they call it. Right, let's keep moving on. Let's kill this little thing and see if I can find a shop, then. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So, we have some abominations again, who attack everything and everyone. I will block one, but I forgot about the Skullcracker. Oh, bloody hell. Well, let's do some quick attacks then. There we go. Did all of them go on the same? No, that was... What did I do? No, I did that one. Right. I did that one. Never mind. Let us... I don't know. Let's do some small attacks. There we go. Got you vulnerable, but that's going to go away, sadly. Bit of a shame. Take some damage. I am going to have to use my potions very soon. You keep doing damage. So let's just block all of it and just do regular small attacks. Can just be a little bit safe and we do some extra damage over there. Well, let's do the Skullcracker and they're dead. Don't forget that my first attack does a whole whack of damage. I totally forgot about that. Hello, are you a shop? No, you are a
Good
fortune
day,
seller.
stranger. Are you in need of some guidance?
Well,
It's a
why not?
question asked by an eerie yet elegant woman who's just appeared in front of your eyes. She's of indiscernible age, but looks strangely disturbing, standing peacefully within the weirdness.
You can withdraw the course of your destiny and change the fate of your future fights. Come closer and see for yourself.
There possibly couldn't be a downside to this, right? So I can offer HP and gain 1 energy. Ooh, that's interesting. But again, offering health. Tome of Knowledge, draw a card, sacrifice your max HP and light a word candle. And nobody knows what happens after eating one. You know what? I do have healing potions. More energy. More energy is going to be really good for me. I'll take one of those. I can actually take one more if I wanted to. That's an interesting concept. I'm going to go for it. So, exit here and take some damage. When do I take the damage? Because I haven't taken any damage. Well, that's a possible problem. Right, I'm gonna have a bit of a look for the blacksmith because It would be nice if we can find it, and we can actually have a little look at this while we are here. It's also a quest of some sort. Is that the... yeah, that is the blacksmith quest, I believe. But we have these stones. They are useful. So let's have a bit of a look at this.
It's a mystery why these stones light up and banish the weirdness when people walk by. Many believe Merlin himself invented the runes carved into them. There's also a darker rumor, that they were left by the Four-Dwellers to lure humans into their domain, like moths to the flame.
I see. And we got a choice here. We can either boost the range, so we can banish weirdness all around the milestone, which is good because the boss is right here, so that could be good. We can lose the milestone and get a candle instead, which means that it's sort of the same, but we can sort of make it a portable thing. Or we can lose the milestone and get a bonus. I could get a heal, which is nice. But no, I'm gonna boost the milestone's range.
As the flickering light of the weird candle combines with the milestone's faint radiance, the surrounding darkness is pushed even further back.
There we go. So now we don't actually have to use the burn, or rather the candle. Did I say the boss was here? The boss is not here. The boss is way over there. I don't think it actually reaches that far, possibly. But here is supposedly the blacksmith. Now I am gonna light a candle for... yeah, now I get a burn level high, which is good. So now we are actually going to get good cards instead of bad cards, which is fun. And I'm also going to... when does the energy come? Because I only have 3 energy, I see now. Sad. I really wanted to have more energy than this. Alright, you are doing attack to all enemies. Doesn't really matter for me. Oh, it's here. Ah, oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was actually a permanent thing. Okay, it's just an item. I could offer any other health points to deal extra damage, and I probably will. Because would you know, I have a broad reach. Next, it does 100% extra damage. I'm gonna take a potion just for the safety of things. I'm gonna take one of these. Lose a bit of health, use the broad reach, then the skullcracker, and I think that you are gonna feel very bad about life. Now I'm gonna take a bit of damage, that's true, but I'm gonna deal some extra damage and block 1. So that's a way to do things, I suppose. Right, I'm just gonna play a little bit defensively here. I'm gonna pull another mark on you, which doesn't go away. So there we go. Block both of those. You're just gonna keep on attacking, aren't you? Well, that's fine. I don't have a block, so let's just do that one. I can do the small strikes, all of which went to the same guy. Let's do the broad reach. Let's do attack on you. You are dead. I don't have a block, but that's fine. I actually played more than 3 cards on that occasion, so didn't get the bonus, but we can now just flat out attack him and kill him. Awesome! I do like that little starting combo. And we do get a level up as well, which is nice. What do we get? Calm Breeze, a stance. Reduce the energy cost of 3 cards in hand by 1. Nice. Gain 1 block this turn and 1 block next turn. Double block, yes. Draw 1 card because... 0 energy this turn. I'm gonna go for the Calm Breeze. Could be very situational, that one as well, but at least you can play more cards. Hello, Mr. Blacksmith.
Through the slithering of the weirdness.
I have no hope, no home, no gold. Mine is but misty morn and cold.
Not long afterwards, you come upon a man wearing a blacksmith's apron.
Oi, traveller. Want to buy a good anvil? 'Tis all I have, I'm afraid. Me home, you see, went poof. 1 minute there, next minute gone. I found myself here, with this lump of iron for company. I swear to gods it started talking to me not long ago.
Uh-huh. So, what is it that you do?
Oh, no. I left that life behind quite a while ago. All I'm interested in these days are rune stones.
Uh-huh. So I guess I know all about those already.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. And it should be a relief for you to know that you'll find a lot of them out there. I'd say that since you know what you're looking for, you should be able to find more of them out there. By the way.
Uh-huh, and I do get 2 of them for free from him. And, you know what? I could use a blacksmith in my village.
You want me in your village? Well, you must first prove you can take care of yourself. Kill 10 bears and... just fooling, for pity's sake. What would I need 10 bears for? Show me the way.
I like him. So now I've got the blacksmith and I completed that quest. Very, very nice. And yeah, we have another runestone. Well, 2 more runestones. Would I like to have an armor one of these? At the end of turn, deal 1 hit for 4 damage to all enemies. Very good. Heal for 4 HP after every combat. Let's do that one, because I'm taking damage. Slightly too much damage. Why don't we move towards the boss? We are running along on this video. So why don't we actually go for the boss? And I do spot another one of these here stones. Why don't we just do the same thing as we did before, which is to boost the range. There we go. And I will also light a candle. And I will light a candle. No, we are on altar. And what happens now, regularly, or generally, normally, whatever, this meter goes down. But since I've now lit that thing, I can move as much as I want, and it won't actually drop, I believe. No, it does seem to hold up. I don't have a lot of health. I don't have high hopes for this, but we'll give it a bit of a go. See if I can deal with the boss. You can obviously keep going for more stuff, but we'll do it like this. And he has a lot of health. He also has crumbling stones. Every time he's hit 10 times, he will spawn more enemies. So not only does he do a lot of damage himself, he spawns more enemies. So perfect. I'll block if you would. And first attack does a lot of damage. But he has a lot of armor, so we need to lower the armor. So that's a bit sad. I did have the combreeze, but it didn't really matter so much on this occasion. We do get to keep 1 card. He's now going to do 2 attacks. So I'm going to stun him. There we go. And for some reason, I haven't hit him 10 times, but it still spawns something. I don't exactly know how that works, but there we go. And I'll do... Does that actually work now? No, because I blocked. Yes. Skullcracker is here. He's going to do, however... Yeah, now I'm going to get 10... What did you say? 3 attacks. There's absolutely no way for this character at this point in time to do anything about that. Oh, bloody hell. Alright. Well, it's still the best attack I have, so we are gonna go for you, I believe. Like so. And then I can't do anything, and I'm gonna almost die here, by the way. Yep, there we go. I'm gonna take a potion, so at least I get a little bit of health back. And I can get another Skullcracker. But let's do Calm Breeze. So there we go. Of course, that's the bad part, I suppose. I can't actually not use that one. I do get these cards for this boss, though. I risk stun the golem and lose 10 armor until the end of the combat. So I can stun him, which is a good thing right now. Sure, I'll lose the armor, which is sad, but still. So we'll actually start attacking you to get rid of you. I can do that one, but that's not going to help me. So let's just do a regular attack. And now we have even more enemies. So dealing with this boss, with this character, I have a hard time understanding exactly how to do it. See, the damage that are incoming in the next wave or next round. I have a hard time understanding exactly how I'm supposed to do this, to be honest. I suppose you need to get like abilities and stuff like that that actually properly helps you, but right now it's... I can do block, I can do double edge, I can do an overhead swing on you, I can do an attack, and I am basically... Well, I'm not dead yet, but it's basically that true. So I'll stun you. I think that, yeah, every time you stun him, it doesn't actually say... Because it only says hits, so I think that it also is every time you stun him. But yeah, I'm taking way too much damage. Let's do my special attack on you. Why not? There we go, you're almost dead, but not really. Not them either. Do another one of these. Seize the opportunity. Deal a damage. Deal another damage. Oh no, that is the one I wanted, or rather the one I used, but I am sadly dead.
Within the darkness, you hear a familiar voice.
Finally. Now we can start the cycle of proper rebirth.
A different voice appears out of nowhere, and its owner is nowhere to be seen.
Be gone.
It is calm. Inhumanly calm.
Can I invite you to the table?
You see a hooded figure waiting for you by the table. A chessboard sits upon it, the game in progress. As you take the free chair, you realize the creature has no face. A white skull leers from the shadows of the hood, a human skeleton draped with robes.
I admit, I'm not used to showing up in person whenever people die. That's too much hassle, with adjusting my presence to your current imaginations and whatnot. But let's say that your case is special.
Uh-huh. So, do you say, or are you saying that I'm actually dead?
Yes. And yes to that other question, too. You're technically dead, but there are certain things that prevent you from, let's say, being properly gone. Recent events had consequences going beyond the intentions that sparked them. And now we're stuck in this unfortunate predicament because time, as you know it, is irreversibly corrupted.
Uh-huh. What do you mean by that?
The past and the future are happening at the same time. All that you see is an echo of things that already happened or eventually will. Presented without inherent sense, without purpose, without any logic.
Well, that's
You
fascinating.
see 4 figures on the board changing shapes into forms of beasts, and a moment later, they dissolve into dust.
You must slay the Guardians and keep slaying them until you reach the source, conjuring them out of the weirdness. Their deaths will make you stronger. This will lead you to your destination.
Now we tally up the score. So a few enemies killed, objectives completed, etc, etc. Earn me 47,325 points, allowing me to unlock some more cards. And I haven't gotten enough points to get to the next character, so that's that. So we are awarded with new cards, and these cards are passives and will be available over the course of your runs. So that's cool. So we got those, and those are relevant to my character, the Wyrd Hunter. We also get more yeah, exactly. These cards and passives. These are the passives. So Blooming Deathflower, whenever you hit deals over 0 damage, apply vulnerable. Whenever your hit deals over 0. So basically just more vulnerable. Or actually, ooh, that's a really good one actually. I saw that now. And Cruel Concussion, enemies lose 10 to 25 HP after each stun. It ignores barriers and armor. That's cool as well. So there you go. These are your major objectives in the game, things you need to accomplish in order to unlock the ending. So we've done 2 out of 7 villagers, and we haven't gotten to the true boss fight, obviously. So that is where we are currently. And now we are back in the village, which now is occupied by at least one more person, the blacksmith. So if we go over to him...
As you approach the blacksmith, you hear him angrily mumbling to his anvil.
I swear on my name. One day he'll pay.
Well, who exactly are you talking about?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Not at this point. Now I'm here, and happy. It's just an old habit of mine.
His eyes say otherwise. Something is clearly on his mind.
It really doesn't matter. What matters is that you've invited me to your village, and I can now hammer away in peace and safety.
Well, good. But you know what? Talk. So, who is it that will actually pay? What are you so angry about?
You're not giving up, are you? Fine, fine. I'll tell you. I really loved me village and me people. When the army marched through our lands, I thought the All-Mother herself had blessed me. I got a contract to forge soldiers' weapons. But something went wrong. The weapons weakened instead of getting harder. So the army blacksmith accused me of treason. They didn't hang me because my people demanded a fair trial. But there was no time for one, so the army burned down me workshop and told me to leave. I had no choice. It was that or the noose. This anvil is the one thing that survived the fire.
So, indeed, you want to know who, or possibly what, set you up?
No, I don't care about that. It was so long ago. It's just a habit of mine. Whenever I work on weapons, I like to get angry. And then I force myself to care. And you get the gist. My only regret from those days is that I didn't get the chance to say goodbye to me beloved Silence.
He quickly realizes that a question is forming in your mind.
Silence.
His eyes sparkle as he starts to tell the tale.
She was the most beautiful person I have ever met. We would only meet at night, near the water. She didn't speak, true, but we understood each other very well. I miss her every day. So please, forget what I told you considering the other blacksmith and all that treason. It really doesn't bother me anymore. But Silence, if you ever meet her, please tell her I'm here. If she wants to join us, I promise I'll take care of her. I'd be glad to have someone to talk to besides me anvil.
And there we go. So, this is what this game does. It gives you cool quests. And you can do a lot of things, but not right now because I don't have anything I need, except for buying stuff at the beginning of the run. We start with 100 wealth and we can buy some stones to sort of start us off. The other stuff though, exchanging rune stones, for that we need rune stone dust, and I can merge rune stones in order to get that. There's also some transmutation and stuff, and we can upgrade the same thing here. We need that rune stone dust. So that is what the blacksmith is all about. And at this point, it's just back out and do it all over again. And as I said, that is how the game functions, basically. You try to unlock all of the villagers, you try to do the quests. As we looked at, we have 7 villagers that we need, but there are also, I think it was 13 or 15 people that we are going to release from the corruption. I think we met 2 of them on this run, or possibly even 3 of them. The archer, the little boy, and possibly the fortune teller. I don't know if the fortune teller is one of them, but I would assume that the first 2 that we met are that. And this is what I kind of like about this game, actually. The fact that we have a bit of an RPG element to it. It's not just go out and kill stuff and then you're done. No. There's actually a point to it. And the choices you make outside, well, when I say choices, I mean like which ones you go for, if you catch my drift. That sort of will matter because, you have the quests, you have the people that you want to meet again. So for the most part, you do want to clear the entire area. Not what I did now, which was to go for the boss a little bit prematurely. Now it is true that after you kill the boss you can actually keep going, you don't have to exit immediately, but still, before you exit the area you should do as much as you possibly can. So that is how this game works, and I gotta say, yeah, I like it. I like the fact that it has a RPG element to it, because I'm not saying that other deck builders lack it, I'm just saying that it works really well for this game. And I'm a little bit ashamed for not actually getting into this game earlier, but now that I have gotten into the game, I'm a bit excited to see where it can go. And there's also, as you saw, a lot of classes that we can choose from, so unlocking those also very, very interesting. I've only played with another class, the Summoner, but the Summoner is extremely powerful. So powerful, in fact, that when I did the second area, after I killed the first boss, I went for the boss of that area, not really reacting to the fact that it was the boss, for my second or third encounter in that area, and I killed it. Like, I had basically no upgrades whatsoever, and I killed the boss. So that class is really powerful as opposed to this one. I'm not saying that this one isn't powerful, but this character is slightly more situational, which isn't always a good thing. Sometimes you can deal a lot of damage, sometimes you don't deal much damage whatsoever. So yeah, and that's fun. Different characters will bring different things to the fights. And yeah, if you like deck building games, if you like RPGs, you know, there's no reason not to check this out. Now, there's another thing about the Tainted Grail franchise, which I suppose I could say, which is that there's going to be an open world RPG set in this universe, if you say that. I can't remember what it's called now. It's something Avalon, the Fall of Avalon, or something like that, I think. It's supposed to come into early access at the end of the year, and after that's done, I'm actually interested in doing a series on that, because I kind of like this universe. It's fun, corrupted stuff and the old Arthurian legends. It's a cool concept, I gotta say. And I can already say here that there's a good foundation for an RPG, a proper RPG, so I might have a bit of a look at that when it's released, but I have no idea how long they're going to keep it in early access, of course, and I'm not going to be playing it in early access because I don't play early access games. So we'll see about that in the future. But yeah, this game, absolutely, if you like deck building and RPG, you should probably check this out. For now, though, this has been Ghostsmith Gaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.